Hey guys, what's going on? It's Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin. Today I'm already automatically in this lab gown because my hoodie is being washed. So yeah, I have to find something so I'm not cold. And yeah, this is just right by there. So I just grab it. Right? I just grab it. Every single day about what? Anyways, I'd like to say hi to everybody first. Aaron, Chapin, we have Matthew, Jocelyn, we have Sherry, we have Juan, we have Joseph, and hey, Brendan Chapin changed his name. Kind of confusing a little bit. So, anyways, so a lot of things to talk about. Kind of in a good mood today, so why not? We'll talk about good amount of stuff. Today, what I'm smoking is the San Lotano, the bowl. And it's not our usual bowl, but again, this is one of those boxes on my floor for a while, and it's time to open it up and smoke it. So I'm just gonna smoke this today. Why is the music so cold? Anyways, back to our usual groove. Let me open this one. This shouldn't be hard. As far as I know, this has been sitting there for a while. When I bought it, this box has been sitting there for a while. Kind of like the picture. Yeah, you know, a lot of things can confuse me. So, anyways. Okay, let's open it up. Got a little 5x54 box pressed. Double. Actually, the presentation looks pretty nice. I almost don't want to smoke it. Yeah. Alright, put another box to the side. I'll put it right here for now. Anyway. Jared's here. Hey, Jared. So, box price on the field. Ooh. This one is definitely aged for sure. I think it's been aged for like 3 or 4 years or something like that, and it has a really good smell. Wow. Okay, I've never smoked one before, so today my first. But good try on the decoration, and that's what I'm talking about. If you can't put a nice foot band, you can do this. I'm okay with this too. Okay, I am okay with this. All you had to do is put a little bit this. Okay, just that's it. So this is San Lotano by Agent Fernandez. It's box pressed. We'll see. Draw is okay. Alright, let's light it up. So like I said, I had a relatively good day. I mean, I wouldn't call that a bad day. I groomed my dog, and you know how like grooming dog is almost like a self-torture at the same time, very time-consuming but happy thing to do. You know, like now I like to groom my dog, even though I don't do it regularly. This is sweet, but it's not a sweet cap. The smoke is sweet. Yeah, the smoke is sweet, but it's not the cap. And I'm pretty sure this is not infused. Not bad start. So I spent about 3 hours grooming my dog, trimmed the nails, and gave her a shower, and then dry her up, and then brush her again. All that stuff done. It was a good day. Okay. Aside from, you know, my regular thing is that I go online, I do research, and I read about things, and I have my wife. Usually she will talk about certain topic online and then lose the argument and then ask me how to win the argument in that conversation. And today happened to be on Twitter, and that will be the funny story. I'll fill you guys in later on. Last night, however, can't wait for a cigar. Monday. Why you had to wait for Monday? Last night I had a good night because I found the shoes that I had to previously throw away. Okay, I bought the shoes last Christmas, like Black Friday. I bought the shoes. I bought a pair of shoes, and my dog chewed it, and I had to throw it away. And that shoe, granted, it wasn't expensive, about $50 something. When I wanted to buy another pair, they run out my size. Okay, they don't have my size, and it went on sale, and still don't have my size. And they finally came back. Just my size came back. Literally, just my size came back. Literally, just my size came back, and I waited a couple days. I was like, oh yeah, when I get a chance, I'll do that. And then yesterday it went on sale again for the same price I bought it for. I was like, yes, woo! And I bought it right away. So when you extracted your tooth, was it a surgery or extraction? There's a difference, okay? If it's covered, if it's still inside, it hasn't come out yet, it's considered surgery, which they cut out a big ass hole, okay? A big hole right behind the back, and that you definitely should not be smoking, okay? If it's just extraction, which is the teeth is already out, but it's bothering you and you removed it, that will recover a lot faster. So which one is it? By the way, I paid my tax yesterday. Woo! It's done. It is done. You guys gotta be like, what are you doing? Like, what did you pay your tax yesterday? Well, that's the thing. I paid my tax in Asian time so that they will receive my tax. So I had to do it at night. Tax is paid, and all my information was passed on to my CPA today. She looked through it and then filed it electronically. So, and the check went through too. So everything was done. I'm done for another 9 months. No, see, that's the problem. By the time all this good thing happen and stuff like that, I'm already done with my cigar, and I already brushed my teeth. I'm not gonna go light up on a cigar and then having to brush my teeth again because I'm done. My wife's like, hey, if you already brush your teeth, just call it a night, So that's why I call it a night, because there was no point for me to do that. I mean, even though it's already a good one, but I know I'm gonna come out today. As you can see, like I'm like blowing up like a teenager right now. I'm blowing out like a teenager right now. In fact, my wife actually suggested, do you want some concealer to seal these? I said, no. I'm gonna prove to people that I'm still like a teenager. I still get pimples. They pull that thing. If they pull that thing, you should heal in no time. Just make sure gargle a lot of salt water to help it heal. You'll be fine. Okay. Salt water is your friend. Salt water is your friend. Alright, so far, this cigar is actually not bad. It's sweet, cedary, a little bit woodsy, just a little bit of earthiness. It's so sweet. What the hell? It's like a woodsy sweet. It's like almost like eating cinnamon, but it's not cinnamon peppery. It's sweet. Right? It's almost like eating a pretzel, like a sweet pretzel. That's how it tastes like. This thing tastes like a sweet pretzel. Could be because I'm in a good mood too, but it's really sweet. I'm not even kidding. I'm pretty sure this is not infused by any chance, but just happened to be sweet right now. But it's a good cigar. It's a good cigar. If you can find it, it's a good cigar. Yeah, it's sweet. Oh. So, as you guys already know, today we did a group buy. So the Shamrock. The all 3 boxes taken, so there's no more of that. And if you haven't paid for your group buy, just make sure you do that. I honestly do not like to do my best to help everybody to do a group buy and calculate it correctly and all that stuff, and then somebody tell me last minute they want out, and because they want out, I don't want to put it back again, and I end up eating the expenses. Well, it's not uncommon that eating expenses, but sometimes hey, whenever you commit to something that I think of is your credit. If you ruin the credit three times, I will never allow you to do it again. So just watch out for that. Make sure you don't do it often, because nobody likes that, right? Nobody likes that. And the big news is, I guess, travel, right? Travel. 22nd, I'll be in New York. We will be at the Davidoff Madison Ave. If you have time, 1 o'clock to between 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock. That's where you gotta be. After that, May, I'm traveling, so I won't be around. And then we have August 8th is the Bong Smokers in Connecticut. That one we're going. And then follow up by October 10th. October 10th, the weekend of October 10th. Right now, I'm planning to go to Arizona. So if you're in Arizona area, or if you plan to go to Arizona, that would be a good time to plan. We'll meet there. Now, the reason I plan like October is because it's not that hot. You really don't want to be in Arizona when it's hot. You get burned to death. So you don't want to be in Arizona that's hot. So I waited until the end of summer, so September, October. Now October is my birthday month, so I don't want to go doing my birthday so that my family cannot celebrate with me. So I either do before or after. Now I feel like the after is kind of cramped because I have things to do. So I didn't want to do the after, so I do the one before. So October 10th, hence why. This time, make sure I'll research through those hotels and make sure I pick one that's not near the ghetto. Because last time, I had questioned whether or not I should be sleeping over there. Okay? Last time was scary. But Sherry did ask about how much it costs to travel over there and do a trip from Virginia. Now, in terms of expense, I can tell you flight from here to Arizona cost me $400 about. So from Virginia over there costs about $200 to $300, just that. And then you need lounging, and you need transportations and all that stuff. So you add it up to probably $600-700, easy for a weekend. So if you plan to do anything else, eating and all that, you'll add up. So that's why I say it's not worth it to do that rather than saving up for the New York trip next year. We definitely will have that New York trip next year, and literally we will have a collection of funds by probably late this year, or beginning of next year. I kind of had to figure out when is the best time to say, hey, now is the time, let's gather the fund up and all that stuff. But then this year is the time where I spend the time to find out how much money do we really need to do that. All right, how much money we're doing. I did look up Airbnb though. It costs about $150 a night for a room, for a house that can fit like 2 or 3 sets of people. So if you split between 3 people, 4 people, or even 3 sets of couples, you'll be fine. My biggest issue flying to Arizona is that there's rarely a straight flight at the correct time. Today I did find one that goes there straight from JetBlue, but JetBlue's flight is like but it's okay. It's just that I don't like it when I had to stop in Cleveland or something like that. So or South Carolina. You had to stop there for an hour before you go back again. I just rather suffer the entire flight like that and then just go home. You know, those short flights usually don't have much benefit of comfort. That's why I don't like to do that. Hey Hashimoto. Like long-term flights, because I bill my customers a lot of time, I do either a business flight or first class. Those are very comfortable. You can lie down and sleep if you want, and you know, yeah. For me, it was just a space because I tend to get restless legs. I don't like the small cramped places. I like it big, and you know, even if I'm not falling asleep, my laptop and stuff, I want to be comfortable, and food. I like to eat. So when I fly, that's very important to me. Like space and comfort is more important to me than where you're at. If they made the flying experience much better, people will fly more, but they don't. So yeah, so I don't like the layover because it's like usually another hour or two you had to wait there. It's just not preferred, right? Not preferred. Cool. Looking forward to hang out with you, man. Definitely looking forward to. But right now, I'm just waiting for Brendan to say, "All right, it's down, it's good," and I'll buy a ticket. Because I really don't want to buy a ticket, and he goes, "Yeah, actually, that's booked." Then okay. Because I already have it scheduled out in my schedule. I was like, okay, when he's okay, that's the time we'll choose. So, let's get to the science part of something first. I already did a Facebook video on the Cameroon cigar. I just want to iterate to those people that didn't watch it. So, Cameroon cigar is created in Central and South Africa. Okay, so when South Africa, it's actually in Cameroon. When Central Africa is somewhere else, it's Central Republic of Africa. Now, the roots of that Cameroon cigar leaf or tobacco is actually Sumatra from Indonesia. They brought the seeds over to Africa and then grow it there. And because the soil over there is rugged and tough, they were able to make Cameroon leaf, which is Sumatra, oily, rugged, very toothy, very toothy, very flavorful leaf. And so that's what got them famous and named this Cameroon, because it's technically different, but in a way it's not. Okay, so it was considered as one of the most expensive leaf out there to use, as a wrapper. But you gotta know that they don't always grow in Cameroon. They grow in other places too. And just like Sumatra, you get you get the Honduras Sumatra, and you get different regions Sumatras. So Cameroon was the same thing. They have places that's actually outside of that to grow, and it's not always in South Africa, Cameroon. That is the reason why you can find budget cigar with Cameroon wrappers. The one that used the actual Cameroon wrapper is what they call it authentic Cameroon. Like A Fuente and those high end brand that sells you like $15 cigars, $20 cigars, $50 cigars for the price of the Cameroon wrapper, because it is quite an area that you don't want to be in. All right, that's dangerous hell area. Is as dangerous as some part of Cuba. So it's not a place that you want to be, and then the cost of doing business over there means money underhanded to some people so that they can do it, and that all that cost adds up, make it one of the most expensive, right? But they have Cameroon wrapper from other places that's technically take a Sumatra and put it in a really harsh environment and let them grow. And those are the budget cigar. For example, like Knob Cameroon costs like $5-6 or something like that, not like $20 range. So there are budget cigars that are Cameroon wrappers because it's not always grown in the Cameroon. And that goes the same thing for any other cigar leaf that you can think of. Connecticut cigar is not always growing to Connecticut. Nicaraguan leaves it's not specific to one region of Nicaragua. It's like all over, right? And also most notably Mexican. That word just ran out of my mind. The Mexican leaf. That's out of my mind right now. As dangerous as the AZ ghetto. The one Martina Maya does not like. And now that ran out of my mind. But all the other cigars, leaves, they have like a dual location, dual different places. So, right now, all you can really expect, San Andreas, there you go, thank you. All those leaf colors, all those leaf characteristic right now, really just describe the similarity of of what you can expect on a cigar. Okay, what you can expect on a cigar. Corojo is one of those that only few companies using the authentic Corojo. Right now, you can grow Corojo pretty much everywhere hybrid. All right, so a lot of companies are using hybrid Corojo, which is mixing Corojo with Habano. So that's why a lot of Corojo tastes kind of peppery. The real Corojo is actually kind of sweet. So, you only take the region and the type of cigar that you're smoking with a grain of salt. All right, they are really just describing the color and the condition and the flavor of it. It doesn't necessarily tell you that exactly where it's from. Okay. There are times where they grow specific tobacco and move it somewhere else to cure. There are places that grown in other places and put it to the origin to cure. So there's many ways to mix and thing, and then they have hybrids too, Criollo and all that stuff. So view the cigar leaf type as its color and flavor. Don't judge it by its region because it might not necessarily from that region. That's what I'm saying. All right. That a while back somebody told me that exact thing. Says, hey, not all Nicaragua leaves are from Nicaragua. Just so you know, kind of thing. Like so, which makes sense because like you have a lot of Cuban cigar, Cuban seeds, and then the same thing you can say it's Cameroon seeds and somewhere else too. So that kind of makes it up a little bit. Obviously we don't know behind the scene what takes, what gives, to give you the exact detail of that. But the truth is that information doesn't do us any good. Alright, because like really, if it tastes good, it doesn't matter if it really came from Cameroon, does it? Like in my opinion, it doesn't. If the cigar tastes good, I don't care if it's from my grandmother's basement. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so yes, this characterization and classification of those leaves and where the origin was. But just because that we know where the origin is does not necessarily mean that it is that. Because we name the thing by color a lot of time. Connecticut is not growing in Connecticut all the time. So, almost like drinking champagne. It's really just bubbly white wine. But if it's growing in Champagne, you get to call it champagne. Cognac is the same thing. It's almost like that. But again, you could make it other places. All right, and just legally what you can call it. So Cameroon, is it Cameroon really Sumatra? Or should we call it Cameroon because it's, are they the same thing? It's up to you to judge, right? And like I mentioned, I did not find any credible, good information about the sweetened cap. Nobody knows how the sweetened cap started. It's just that all of a sudden people started doing that, especially for a relatively blend cigar, bitter cigar, or flavor cigar. I'm assuming that you eat a lot of hot or spicy food. Will that alter the note you get when you smoke cigars? Yes, if you do it immediately after. So if I was to eat a hot pot, spicy hot pot, mala hot pot, and I smoke a cigar right after that, I taste nothing. Alright? So some people might taste a lot of spice, some people might not. It depends on what you ate before. So if you had something really, really sweet before, the pepper might wear it down a little bit more. Alright? So if you mix pepper with sweet, they kind of go away. So it depends on what you ate, what you're drinking. If you had some really hot liquor before, that will also cover the spicy too. So you can't expect me not at the gym. I'm not hitting the gym to go hang out for sure. I'm always fully dressed. So yeah, if you were to eat something kind of extreme or drink something kind of extreme that burns, the pepper isn't necessarily gonna be tasted because now your taste bud is all short and numbed, so you're not gonna taste the pepper. And it also depends whether or not you retrohale. If you retrohale, even if your taste bud is short, you can still retrohale that pepper and still kind of feel that pepper. But in my opinion, the reason for that tiny little thing to fill some fillers, some of them are just gotta be underfilled by a certain blend, because it is man-made. It cannot be exact every single time. So some of them might have less pepper, some of them might have more, and for people that it has good tolerance to pepper, might not even feel it at all. All right, we're good with that question. We're good with that question. But yeah, any more questions, throw my way. I'll try to answer it. Any questions? That's usually what I do. Answer questions. That's what I'm doing. Lab co is on. Lab co is on. We should take you to the gym in Phoenix and do a live. No. You know, I used to be very athletic. I practiced martial art for a long, long time. Stop practicing after I'm in love, and start eating. Don't have time to go to gym. Don't have time to go to dojo and practice. Don't have any of that. So I went from waist 28, 120, 130 pounds to 200 pounds. Yeah. So I'm not looking forward to get any skinnier, because if I'm too skinny, my wife don't like it. I cannot be more skinnier than my wife. That's not allowed. All right. So whatever my wife eats, she eat 10%, and I will have to consume the 90% of the calories. That's why I don't bother to go to the gym. I'm not looking to be buff. When you get buff, you start to have to wear stretchy clothes, because now you have that have the muscles and everything. I can't keep up with that. And the thing about gym is the more you go, the more you want to go. The more you want to make it sore, to make it burn. Bench press and roll machines and stuff like that. That's what I usually do. And I don't want it to go back to that, because I literally want to live a nice, healthy life. Yes, going to gym will actually kill you faster. You only have so many heartbeats. Alright? You only have so much heartbeats. Just live normally, you'll be fine. There's a lot of people that has no gym, and they No, my problem isn't that size XL. Size XL kind of fits, but the sleeve is weird. It's weird. Plus, I have a tattoo. I don't really want to stretch my tattoo. I can come up with a billion excuses to not go to gym. I used to go to gym all the time, and no. Pre-workout, workout, after workout, that's killing me. I want my heartbeats. I want to be that Asian guy that doesn't do anything and live 200 years, I wanted to go, when I'm 150 years old, 25 times, walk to another guy's grave and give him a cigar and say, "Here you go, man. I'm still alive and you're gone." Yeah, see, I don't want my tattoo to stretch. I want my tattoo to stay the same. My dragons already went from skinny dragon to fat dragon. I don't want it to be stretch dragon. By the way, I did see a few people list out what they're smoking tonight. So if you haven't listed out what you're smoking tonight, you better list out what you're smoking tonight. And while you're listing it, you better hit the like button. That's right. Hit the like button. So, let's talk about the science part. So today, as usual, my wife basically went on Twitter and just look at people's thing. The thing about Twitter is that when you argue, you have to argue very tactfully. All right, you have to figure out how to, argue, because you only have so many words to argue, right? Even though they kind of expand it a little bit, it's still not enough word. So you have to shorten it, cut it, all that stuff. And there are people that argue it's kind of the weirdest thing. Talking about this one guy actually literally said, the virus, the Wuhan virus, the beer virus, has only entered the first entry stage of this pandemic. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right? You know how long this thing has happened, and everybody's kind of expecting it to end by April? We're not beginning stage. We're mid stage, if not last stage, because we're looking, we're looking at medicine to cure it. People are already being cured, and there's treatment things, and people are trying to patent solutions. You're telling them that we're in the beginning stage? You're so late in the game, man. You're so late in the game. What are you doing? What have you been? And then the whole entire argument, he just said, you don't know what you're talking about, and did not list any factual thing. No fact, no counter argument, no sources, nothing. All right, and then in the end, he blocked me. Okay, this guy, he blocked me at the end, and he was a photographer reporter in Thailand. Okay, he's a photographer reporter in Thailand who literally chooses just go, I'm gonna block you because I can't win an argument. I was like, oh my god, this is news for you. This is news reporting for you. All right, can you really trust news reporting when people just like, hey, if I can provide you information that proves my point, then I'm just gonna block you. So crazy. And then another guy actually came up and say, "Oh, you think it's only the beginning stage and mid stage of the pandemic? What do you think? Then they had a lockdown of 500 half billion people. Half billion people," he said. I was like, dude, you need to look at the map again. The entire China only have 1.4 billion people estimated, and you're saying that 1/3 of China is under lockdown. What the hell? What kind of drug are you on? What kind of drug are you on? So, sometimes I just wish those, keyboard warrior do a little bit more research. Provide some context, sources and answers and where you get your information from. I actually, me and my wife, every time when we are watching things that's not like, that is too quickly announced, but they have no evidence, we call that pulling a CNN. The reason we call that pulling a CNN because if you don't remember the Boston Marathon bomb, I don't know if you guys remember that. Boston Marathon bomber, they were chasing the guy, and he was in the end, he was captured in a boat behind someone's house. And I remember they were going back and forth. CNN is like, they have captured the person. And then they go, actually, no, they have not captured the person. And they have captured, no, actually, no, they have not captured. They go back and forth. They didn't check the sources. They did not check the sources, It's just as bad as that news reporting that talk about an airplane crash and they tried to name the name and then they didn't even check that was a Chinese thing. Says like something wrong, hang too low, or something like that. And they don't check the sources. Check your sources before you go on an argument, Mr. or Mrs. Keyboard Warrior. Did you see that article about scientists that was arrested shipping virus material to China? No, I did not. I'm surprised anything would still be shipped to China. I mean, I read that. Whoever came out with that newspaper article about people trying to come to America with a whole luggage of dead birds? That's crazy. What are they trying to do? What are they trying to do? Criminally like the news. I know a lot of right side don't like CNN. Man, I watch CNN, okay, but even I take CNN with grain of salt. Don't believe every. I actually love to watch CNN during the election season because I feel bad for that guy. I think his name was John King. He does the magic board, right? He's just so bored. He's just like tapping at the board, the back, the whole entire time. If we're watching any election, we're watching the guy, John King, just in the back, just doing the magic board. I feel bad for him. Everybody gets to report stuff. He's like, this number, that number. He's so bored. So, but yeah, always take your news with a grain of salt. Don't just believe whatever you get because, obviously their news came from someone else too. 50,000 per month deposited from China for over a year. I take all news with a grain of salt. Yeah, you should. All right, doesn't matter which is your preferred news channel. News is just like that. They wanted to be the first one. They want to be the only one to have certain things, and sometimes the things are not even news, and they talk about it. There's like that's even the news. For example, something like beach lifeguard save a life today. That's what beach lifeguard does every day. That's not a news, right? Something like, now you can actually eat cookie and that tastes like cookies. Well, thanks. That is not a breaking news. And like literally every moment is breaking news. Like what news is broken? Like if broken, fix it, please. Fix it. It's not breaking. nothing's breaking. So, news today is very different than before now. I look at some news and online news, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will read half wheel, and even I take half wheel's news kind of, in a way, with a whole teaspoon of salt. I know there's some insider that's writing the stories, but sometimes you gotta know that news are biased. So I don't know what that is about, kind of thing. For example, I posted news whether or not it's a good thing for the FDA to keep their hands off cigars and literally just don't deal with tobacco, and which I think makes sense because it's food and drugs, right? But cigar is not a drug. Right? Cigar is not a drug, so they should keep their hands off of that. They should have a separate entity that deal with recreational anything. Right? Anything recreational, handled by people that actually understand the recreational stuff. The recreational stuff. Because I'm pretty sure nobody in the FDA understand anything about cigar. Nobody in the FDA understand anything about cigarette because they probably don't smoke it either. Nobody in the FDA understand about marijuana, and I don't even think the FDA understand food. FDA doesn't even understand food. I wasn't able to smoke today, y'all. It was actually great weather, but I had to pick my wife up from the airport, so no post for me tonight. That's okay. You're here, right? We can chat about it. Alright, so, like, if FDA doesn't understand all that stuff, can you really trust FDA to regulate anything? Now, you gotta say, it is the government entity, they regulate stuff, they know what they're talking about. I don't think so. I mean, they allow, like, certain percentage of cockroach in your food, certain percentage of rat tails in your food, or, like, even chicken heads and all that stuff. They allow that. Anything under like, what, 0.5% is considered 0%. No, I want actual 0% of cockroach in my food of any kind, alright? I want absolutely 0% of rat tails in my mashed corn, right? You would think that it should be 0%, but no. They have like a whole thing about how big of a tail is allowed inside your can. I think it should be 0. Japan also has a food, almost similar to FDA thing. Like they control food, they control radiation and stuff like that. Not only their thing was much more reasonable, they are strict as hell. Any fish over a certain amount of radiation is not gonna pass. But their industry are not as greedy. So not only they will pass the standard protocol of how much radiation is allowed, they'll also surpass that to near 0% radiation on fish. So like people are concerned about eating fish, go to Japan and eat fish, they have no problem because they test their fish all the time for radiation and pollution, and they'll have to surpass a very, very, very narrow gap of what's allowed. When I was in dentist, he told me to quit cigar. He said nicotine is keeping certain neural pathway open and have a higher chance of relapse. Opinion? Relapse of what? Relapse of what? You can't relapse something that's not there. You're missing the vegan protein with no roaches in it. If anything, the vegan diet has more bugs in it. Now, if you remove your wisdom teeth, it's because your wisdom teeth is bothering you. And to be really honest with you, wisdom teeth serves absolutely 0, 0, 0, 0. Again, 0 opiate addiction. But let me go back to that first. So, yeah. First of all, wisdom teeth serve no purpose, absolutely zero purpose in your mouth. So if you had to remove them, you remove them. If you could remove them early, remove them early. It really has no value, okay? And really, there is no relapse in tooth pain. So your dentist shouldn't tell you that. And your dentist telling you that cigar will make you relapse an opiate, like painkiller, I question that. I mean, there is no valid proof on that. I don't think there's a research on that, whether or not you will be addicted to painkillers or any sort of a medication by smoking cigars. And I really think that has less chance because you won't have any money to buy them after buying all the cigars. So I don't think there's a higher chance of relapse. I mean, getting to a lifestyle allow you to change certain habits. Okay, for example, if you go to gym all the time, you change the habit of sleeping late. All right, if you go to gym all the time, you change the habit of eating certain food because you need to save spot for your pre-workout, after-workout, protein, whey, soy, all that stuff. So changing certain habits, changing certain things, questioning everything from everyone. Why not? Why not? So I will say that it will not push you back to opiate addiction because number one, you have to want to eat painkiller because you're in pain or you want to feel a certain way and all that. And I think cigar really reduced number one, cigar reduce your budget to do that. Okay, cigar remove your budget to do that, so you won't be able to do that. And number two, if you're looking for escape, cigar is kind of your escape already. If you like the cigar, you enjoyed it. And knowing Brendan, if he doesn't like the cigar, he get to kind of express his anger by pumping that cigar. So I really don't think that's gotta go back. But saying that cigar nicotine opens a certain narrow pathway is not true because a lot of things has nicotine in it, including your vegetables. Your vegetable has some nicotine in there, and nicotine is actually a natural substance that you are gonna get by eating peppers, sesames, and green pepper, and all that stuff. So I think that doctor is not being responsible by to evaluate the situation. Life is not all the same, right? Life is statistics and environment, right? If you hang out with the bad people, even if you don't use nicotine, you're gonna go back to opiate, because everybody's using it. But I think that if you get close to people that are in a specific way, live a specific way, you tend to change to that specific way. So if you always hang out with people that's happy, enjoy life, and go smoke cigars, and really know how to relax, you're not gonna have a problem. You're not gonna, because no one's gonna talk to you and say, "Hey, Brendan, what drug did you use yesterday? I have some really kick-ass shit from China." No, that's not gonna happen. So. And I think our group is that we encourage for better living. We encourage to raise your standard of living. We encourage you to stay away from drugs and problems and all that stuff. So, if that was me, if that was my patient, I won't bring it up. I will encourage rather than saying, "Hey, what you're doing will bring you back in there." I'll be like, good job. Good job for staying sober so long. Good job for staying away from it for so long and continue with the good work. I think that is much more true. That's the fact I can prove, right? I know that you're doing a good job. I know that you're staying away with it. I know that you're getting healthier. And that's what I will tell my patients. I will not tell my patients is you're doing this, and that, and this, and that, and that will cause you to go back to your old way. That's not something that they can prove, and that's not something scientific. So encouragement is number one for someone to step out of their old habit. That's like saying that, hey, if you eat enough chicken wings, you got to go back to drinking alcohol, and you got to become alcoholic again. I don't think that's the case. I think that even alcoholic can still enjoy some alcohol once in a while. Just what they need to learn is what is responsibility. Drinking responsibly, what is enough, what is moderation, right? You get into a certain habit of of addiction because you don't know what moderation is. You just feel like you want to continue feel that way, and usually that is caused by issues. things in life that's causing you issues, not what you're doing that's causing you issues, right? I mean, there are plenty of people that party all the time, drinks all the time, but they're not alcoholic. Yeah, I know a couple doctor friends that are brain doctor, brain surgeons, neurological doctors, and some shrinks, and basically they would not tell you what not to do. Instead, they will tell you what to do instead. That was better, right? So they wouldn't tell you not to smoke a cigar. How is that gonna do anything, right? The more they tell you not to do something, the more you want to do something. That's human nature, okay? The more I say do not click on the like button, the more you're likely to click on the like button. All right? So that's how human nature is. That's just the way it is. So by saying that, hey, if you keep using cigars, you're gonna end up going to be an opioid. You'll be like, watch me, right? Knowing Brendan, he'll be like, watch me do it, you know? So I don't think that's helpful. I don't think what he said could be proved or scientifically valid. And I think that what he should have done instead is like, hey, I know you're smoking cigar, to keep your dental health better. You need to brush your teeth more, live a healthier life. Good job at staying off drugs. Great job. That's, if I'm a dentist, that's all I'm entitled to say because that's all I can prove. Everything else I can't. Everybody reacts to certain medication or certain drugs differently too. For me, I smell marijuana, I get headache. So, and so they gotta say that I'm gonna use a statistic way to say, hey, 90% of people smoke cigar end up smoking marijuana. I'll be like, no, that's not possible because I can't smoke marijuana. So yeah, internal health is what you want for yourself. You want to live longer and live happily and enjoy good time with friends? Live healthy. Pretty much. Exactly what I want to say. Whenever I tell you guys to behave and then they're going to be gone for a few days, my phone gets blown up with messages. That's just the way it is. So, yeah. He definitely praised me to staying clean. Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing, but anything more than that, I think that would be a friend-to-friend conversation, not necessarily a doctor's. I mean, I think it's almost unethical to say that that nicotine opens certain neural pathway that makes you want to go back to opioids. Well, that is not true. Okay, that is not true based on my researches. I think cigar actually reduces a lot of problems. Nicotine is known to control stress. That's for sure. People who have a lot of stress, they actually chain smoke cigarettes because that makes them feel a certain way, right? So I know that there's no way that you got to be super addicted to cigars because you can only smoke so many cigars a day. Okay, your body warns you that you have too much of, right? Just like alcohol, when you puke, your body tells you have too much. So nicotine from cigars wouldn't necessarily tell you to, the problem with drug is that you don't know when you OD. By the time you OD, it's too late. But I think you're doing a good job. So, I think a lot of our members are going through life. And that's how it is. Everybody's going through life. Let the past be past and don't let it catch you. Walk faster than your past so you can get to the future. Okay, does that make sense? Walk faster than your past. Don't let your past catch up on you so you can get to the future. That's the key thing, okay? We all mourn about our past. We all regret certain things we do. We all make mistakes in our life. So long as you make the changes and don't look back and continue forward to future, you'll be fine. Cat here. This cigar is really good. I'm surprised. It does have a little bit of strength to it, probably medium plus, but it's really good cigar. It's really good cigar. I enjoyed it. It's actually kind of sweet, almost like a dessert cigar, but yet it has the punch of strength to it. So it makes you kind of like, you can't treat it like a dessert. You kind of want to treat it like slow cooked bat soup. Smoke it with caution. So Valentine's Day is coming up. I know a lot of you did not prepare anything whatsoever. That's a warning sign. Can anybody get nicotine poison by cigar? Yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can OD on nicotine. It's possible. But usually, it catches up to you. For example, if you were to smoke 5 or 6 cigars at the same time and inhale them at the same time, you could OD on nicotine. When is the next 30-second review coming? It is coming. It is coming. I actually had it recorded. I just haven't have it put together. Aaron Fernandez make great cigar, and in turn of that, I will agree on certain things. Here's the thing about AJ Fernandez. AJ Fernandez. I'm sorry if I said the wrong name. AJ Fernandez, because I was looking at Aaron, so I think of Aaron Fernandez. No, AJ Fernandez does make some good cigars, but I don't think all their cigars are good. Now, their New World is kind of not bad, but there's a lot of cigars by AJ Fernandez is not necessarily good. But this one was good. But they aged it for a while, so. But yes, any kind of drug, any kind of material, you can OD on. You can OD on any drug, okay? You can get poisoned by any drug, including sodium. You can have too much sodium and die. All right, you can have too much of anything, like vitamin C. You can have that too much of that and die. You can have too much vitamin B and die. Just very, very hard. Okay, you need to have so much vitamin B and not have enough potassium to die. But like you could literally OD on anything. Yeah, I just Moderation is the key. Moderation is always the key. Yeah, I said it because I was looking at Aaron's name. AA wrong. I need to remember to call him AA wrong so I don't remember Aaron. Aaron. Yeah, but AJ Fernandez's New World is pretty good, but I feel like all the New World kind of tastes very similar. I'm a huge fan of AJ Fernandez and his hair sounds. For a while, I would have supported AJ, but after what happened, I cannot support AJ. I will still smoke it, but when I go out of my way to buy it, probably not. As you guys already know by now, I'm a very stubborn person. Whether or not it's the fault of mine or fault on the other side, right? So, I'm a very stubborn person. And I know that some of you still buy Zio cigars and any other Viaje and stuff like that, and that's totally fine because it's your money. You do whatever you want with it. But for me, my opinion is that if they screw me over for any reason at any given time, for whatever that makes me feel bad, I just choose to go somewhere else. Because it's like, what life is already short enough. Why do I want to continue to give chances to other people that have proven that they could possibly screw me over, right? So I have this stubbornness of just saying, if this is not good enough, I move on to the next one. So don't take it personally when I tell you I don't like something, because when I say I don't like something, I only say I don't like something. Now, it doesn't mean you have to don't like something, okay? There are a lot of people use iPhone. I don't like iPhone, so I use other phones, right? I thought I was on the cigar mechanic is gonna blow up the humidor, but didn't I? He said he's gotta figure out something, so I don't know what cigar mechanic is gonna do. No, the Viaje purchase thing, you don't have to worry about it. The thing about that is, I'm not afraid to tell you, but him has been picking problem of everything I say. So I tried to be mutual about this because this person has been picking whatever I say. He hasn't been making actual posts, but instead respond to posts, and he's been respond to my posts in a negative way. I don't think that bothers me or anything. I just like think it's kind of, hey, when do we want to pick a fight kind of thing? It's already over. I thought we were over that. I just tell them that I'm not gonna buy any. I didn't say you shouldn't buy any. Never had Zio cigars. I can tell you the Zio cigar is pretty much any other budget blend. Okay, so there's nothing special about it. Right, so I don't take that personally because I already know that's the case right now. Like, it's like this guy literally every time I say something, he's got to disagree. So it is what it is, and I just didn't like the fact that says I was talking to this, and I said, well, this was talking to me. So, for the iOS, I actually think that Apple company is a very innovative company. All right, very innovative company. But here's the thing: they're so hungry for money that they won't release certain things to you unless it's paid for. They're like Porsche. If you want to you want to remove something, it costs more. If you want to add something, it costs even more. So it feels like that to iOS for me. Like, I just it's not fitting for me, but a lot of people use iPhone, and that's totally fine with that. It is a very innovative company, and they're still the top of technology. Hey Dustin. I've been to Zio Cigar. It wasn't cool at all. A lot of budget blend, and they're not good at all. Just my opinion. See, I'm not the only one. That's the thing. Everybody can have their own opinions about certain brands, certain places, certain. I just prefer that not to buy from that brand. It doesn't mean you can't, but I can just tell you that it's still just budget blend to add their own name onto it. It's nothing too special. And here's the thing: a lot of brands uses the same blend. Okay, just that we can't tell. We just don't know exactly. So if they're nothing special, and this guy has literally be rude to my my group member named Tina Maya, I just not gonna support him at all. I just disagree. And then that's fine. I agree to disagree. I can buy my cigar somewhere else. It does not mean that you cannot buy it. Okay, when I say Zio Cigar should not be mentioned in the group, I was saying that as a joke. Because if I really didn't think that that he should be mentioned, I would have just deleted it. The point is that it was a joke. Because everybody in the group knows that I don't buy Zio Cigars. I'm too old to give a shit about what somebody got to say about me. Well, certain things I don't care, and certain and especially come out of certain people's mouth, I would think that is just joking around, busting my balls, which is a display of love. I'm okay with that. But there are certain people just out there to pick on me because they're such a fanboy about certain things. That bothers me. Okay, like if you want to defend something because you're a fanboy about something and you're a personal friend, whatever. Don't pick a fight. Don't pick a fight, because really, if you want to pick a fight with me, I'm just gonna hate it even more, right? I'm just gonna hate Zio even more, right? Maybe there's one day I'm gonna, what? I'm gonna give it a try. But now every time you stir it up, it just makes me hate it even more. So that's actually doing them a disservice by trying to defend them every time. Right? Every time you defend them, the more I gotta hate it. Please find the nearest corner. I had to try to see for myself. This was before I was actually part of the Legion, so I wasn't tainted by Tony. I don't think I'm influencing you to not buy Zio Cigar. Like I say, I always tell you, wherever it's cheaper, give you a better deal, go buy it. Go buy it. Today somebody found the Shamrock, and it was not a cigar company that I bought before. I still just go, that's where I'm gonna find it. That's where I'm gonna buy it, right? And the experience afterward, whatever that experience changes. By the way, They also tried to verify my social security number, but that went through. So go figure. I walked in and she pulled the gem from behind the counter and put it on her holster. Talk about weird feeling. She wouldn't sell me a bundle pack of Jewish steaks. What? What the hell is that about? How do you pull a gem behind? I mean, a gun? I don't know. I just, I personally have good experience when I visit a Cigar Daily. That's why I continue to support Cigar Daily, because I have good experience. And I would challenge anybody to tell me that they had a really bad experience in Cigars Daily as a customer, okay? Because I haven't seen one. But I've heard quite a bit of people that went there and say they did not enjoy it. I don't understand. Why couldn't they sell cigars to you? I don't understand that. I mean, are they being racist? Are they being prejudiced? What's going on? What's going on? But that's up to them. If they don't want to make money, there's always other places you can make money. You can give your money to. All right. So money speaks. Money speaks. All right. Cash is the king. So if some place don't want to sell you cigar, you wave them goodbye. And never go back again. You leave so fast and never go back again. That's what I think. Okay. If someone that's really good at business, they will do anything and everything to sell you something. All right. Anything and everything. All right. If someone want to sell you something that badly, they will lick your toes and beg for you to buy. Okay. So if they wanted to kind of intimidate you and not sell you stuff, leave. I would say the same thing to anybody. Okay. Any business that's giving you trouble buying stuff, move on. There's always another place to buy it. Life is too short to fight with them. That's what I say. She said the bundle she couldn't sell because there was shortage of them. Yeah, but the product is to be sold. Unless you run out. I don't know. But yeah, I never had a problem. And if she really cares, she will have like, I'm sure on this right now. We could send it to you if you purchase right now. We can send it to you. You can do an online order or something like that. They could have done that. If they want to sell you something, they will find a way, right? They will find a way. Like if I was buying something and they were short in Cigars Daily, I was like, dude, what's going on? I want to buy this. But literally says, I'll order it now, and as soon as I come back, I will send it to you. That's the kind of business I want to do. I want to say, I want to make sure I can get this now. And if you can't get it to me, find a way. That's what I like. I don't like, it's like, But then again, I don't want to trash talk just them, all right? Don't take this as I'm just talking about Zero Cigars. I'm not. I'm saying for any business. If any business out there giving you trouble buying stuff, don't buy from them. And that's exactly why I'm not buying Viaje. Because I feel like there's so much trouble just to buy some cigars. All I wanted to do was to buy some cigars. And not only that, well, let's say I misunderstood what they mean. I bought the cigar, and literally the return process was hell. It takes like a month to get my money back. Okay? That was hell. That was not what I expected. And that is part of the experience of buying Viaje, so I don't buy Viaje anymore. No, I don't like anyone playing with my feet. No. You sure? Because last time I went to a nice massage place, they did a really good job on my feet. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to buying cigars, you can buy anywhere. There's hundreds and hundreds of retailers out there is begging for your money. So if somebody don't want to sell you something, you move on. You go to another places. There's always somebody that want to sell you something. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's how I would do it. If I have problem buying something, I will have move on. I will be like, okay. I know Cigar Daily, they are my go-to online retailer. And like I say, in terms of business to the client, Cigars Daily is doing a good job. And I do feel great buying cigar from them. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are got to be others that do a good job. And I have a little bit of hiccup with Fox Cigar. It doesn't mean I won't get them to try again. Hopefully next one they'll get it right, It's not a big thing. It's not towards the attitude or anything. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Fox Cigar. And obviously continue to try other places too. I was the same way until my first massage, and now that's my favorite part to get massage. Yeah, you have no idea. You stand on your feet all the time. You really want to. Hey Tony, a nice white coat. Wanna buy this ketchup popsicle? I'm totally fine. I keep my white coat white. Chapin to the nearest corner for bringing up viaje. I'm an impulse buyer. I can tell you that for sure. I'm an impulse buyer. But to get an impulse buyer, you must kiss their ass to buy sometimes. So, somebody kiss my ass enough, I buy it. That's how it is. The point of buying stuff is to feel good, right? So if I feel good buying stuff, I would. If I don't feel good spending the money, I wouldn't. And if I did, I'll take that as a lesson and never again. There's a lot of people that really need to learn about selling stuff. For example, I went to a alcohol store to buy Blintons. Or they ran out of Blintons because they still sell Blintons at $50 and everywhere else selling for $100. Now I asked them, "Oh, you guys got any Blintons left?" And they say no. Okay, and I say, well, when's the next time it comes out? Saying, well, can I pre-order them? Can I, if it's all the same, I'm buying them. Let me buy a bottle or something like that. They say, no, we don't know. They run out quickly. We don't usually get them. When we have it, you can come check it out. And we get stock a few times a week. I was like, that's not really answering my question. If you want to sell stuff, you want to get new customers, shouldn't you say, hey, I'll let you know the first thing when they come in? Some people need to learn how to sell stuff. I try not to buy online. I like support my local B&M stores. I travel enough to find anything. I'm bad impulse buyer too. I can tell you that if it's easily accessible for whatever I'm buying, I will go to my local store too. Okay, I will go to my local store too. Because sometimes I'd rather pay a few more bucks to get it instantly and not dealing with shipping and stuff like that. And I don't have to deal with, the few days that cigar is sitting in the box or whatever. I really wanted to get it now. That's why I go to the store. So I'd rather go to the store and pay a little bit more. That's okay. But the thing is that the selection here is actually quite limited. So I had to buy them online. I'll be picking up my bottle of Papi Vermingo in a couple weeks when I'm in Phoenix. I have to plan it out and buy stuff when I get there. Because when I get there, half the time I'm nicotine high. The sweetness kind of go away. Now it's kind of woodsy and citrusy a little bit. Oh, I also want to talk about this. All right, for bong smokers, I have arranged all the regions put it on the events on what time. So if you are going to a bong smoker, make sure you go to one of those events and just say I'm going, and so that people over there can kind of expect who's going and whatnot, and you guys might be able to meet up and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool. So make sure you do that. You go if you go into bong smoker particular one, you just go to that one and say I'm going, and then maybe you guys can do a meetup too. Because you got to travel anyway. Might as well meet up with some members. I am smoking my last Casa Cueva cigar in my humidor, and it's a problem that they don't last in my humidor. Well, that just tells you that always buy 3 times more than you need. Always get a humidor 3 times more than you need, and always buy cigars 3 times more than you need. By the way, the stock is back, so for those people who want Casa Cueva Reservas, it's back. Yes, I did see that. I haven't calculated that in yet. So, like I said, if it's 5 pack of, I will get it. I will put count as a thing. But then, if anything else that's mixed in there, I wouldn't count it. So I have to take time to just take all the hashtag and literally recalculate it, some of them. So I wait a little bit. That's why I said make sure you do the hashtag so that when I search for the hashtag, I can find it. I just haven't gone through yet because I'm waiting for people. But yeah, it's between now and May, so you got plenty of time to get the tickets. Okay. So, what else do we have going on? We have, again, the Lancero thing is going on. I need to kind of follow up to see if that Lancero is back in stock so people can buy them. If you have a local store, you can do it too. Now, let me just make that clear, okay? It's any 1502 Lancero. Some people like the emerald, some people like the blue one. So any 1502 Lancero will count in the long ash challenge, okay? You just want to be the same type of stuff, And the winner obviously gets the crown. I still have plenty of crown. I'll send out the crown. Yeah, I'm giving everybody more chance to win stuff, right? More chance to win stuff for sure, for sure. What else is going on lately? Elections going on. Oh yeah, reminder. Do not. You can talk about any political stuff you want at your personal Facebook page. Just don't do it in the group because you will get deleted. I just don't want to have that kind of fight. I mean, you can fight all you want in your personal page. Do that. I do funny stuff like that, but make sure it's not in the group. Hey Matt, what's going on, man? So what's today? Wednesday. 2 more days until, actually 1 more day and a little bit until Valentine's Day. So, here's a reminder: if anybody's wife is watching, if your husband's watching this show right now, they want a cigar for Valentine's Day. All right. If you don't know what to buy them, simply hand them $200. Okay. If you don't know what you get for your husband for cigars, simply hand them $200. And then, you'll be fine. Okay? Simply hand them $200 and say, Happy Valentine's Day. Don't get them chocolate. Don't get them a card. Just get them $200. You guys can thank me later. I think I overbuy cigar lately for sure. Because it's so much cheaper than regular Davidoff, I just feel like I can buy and buy and buy. I'm literally looking for stuff to buy. At the same time, I know I will never finish them. I will never get to smoke them. I just keep buying it. I was like, oh my god, I need to stop. I can tell you the Shamrock that I buy, I probably won't get to it at all until like next year. Like I literally had to find way to smoke it. Like I kind of like jealous for some of you who can smoke 2 or 3 times a day. Because it's not that I don't have the time to, it's just that I feel like I had to spread my time out to do other stuff. How many here actually smoke only 1 time a day? That's easy, Brendan. He's still on Facebook. Even though he got kicked out of the group, he's still on Facebook. You can just simply search for him and you'll be able to do that. So yeah, Brendan's wife, that's what he wanted. He wanted trash. But yeah, how many of you actually smoke 1 time a day? And how many of you smoke 2 times a day? And how many of you smoke 3 times a day? Let's do this. If you smoke 1 time a day, type 1. If you smoke twice a day, type 2. If you smoke 3 times or more, just type more. Okay, Matt smoke 1 time a day. Hashimoto smoke 1 time a day. Me, when I get a chance lately, once or twice a week. Okay, so that's actually less than 1 time a day. Okay. Anybody else? Waiting for some answers. Let's go, guys. 12 of you. I know you can answer. Joe, smoke 1 time a day. Okay. Sherry, smoke 2. Mostly 1 time a day. 1, 2, 3 depends on the day. Brendan, that's baller, man. That's baller. I'm telling you. Sherry really know how to enjoy her life. Every day, we'll find her having a nice drink and a cigar. At least 1 time. Every day. I mean, I really think that Sherry knows how to live her life. You know, especially with the backdrop of water and all that stuff. She really know how to enjoy her life. Hey, Pete. Cryptic mole. Less than 1 time a day. Okay. Usually 1 to 2 a day. More on the weekends. So yeah, I mean, I think 1 to 2 are like most, like, you know, average for people. And then, so if you think of it that way, you need 30 bucks of cigars to go through with it. So, you know, if you're not buying 30 bucks of cigars, you're not gonna have enough cigars. I smoke at least 1 a day, more on my day off. Okay. Love her smoke and drink pictures. Yes. Yes, she really know how to enjoy her life. And that's a great thing. You know, people should know how to enjoy their life. Not only that, she's getting healthier. She's getting slimming down, and she's at the same time, you know how to enjoy her life. That's something that we should look up to. That's something that we need to follow, right? Learn how to live nicely, improve life, improve health. I say that's pretty good. If the weather is good, I might have 2 in the same setting. I think my picture surprised some people. You know, if somebody look at the picture like from beginning of last year and look at the picture today, they'll say, hey, Sherry is doing a good job on her life. She's doing a good job on life, you know. And I'm doing a Jacob's ladder at the moment. Oh, something strong, something heavy. Now, a lot of people actually don't know Jacob's ladder is actually a strong cigar. So it's actually a pretty good cigar. Just know that Jacob's ladder needs take your time on it. Can't wait to try the screwball with Bailey's. Yeah, I wonder how that tastes like. It's like a nutty, creamy taste, right? Because screwball is peanut butter, right? So now if you combine with Bailey's, I wonder, does it churn? It doesn't churn, right? Hashimoto, that's a great gift. I love to have walk-in. What did I miss? Did I miss a comment? Hashimoto. My wife had walk-in humidor built for me for my birthday a couple years ago, so she can outdo her gift. You know, it's the meaning behind it, the thought that counts. So it's like peanut butter milkshake, and it doesn't turn. Yeah, I mean, my concern a lot of time people mixing, Bailey's is that it churns, and when it churns, it's pretty nasty. No. First time I drink a sake bomb, it was Guinness and Bailey and a shot of sake. And I was like, somebody did it. I didn't chuck it down. It's like, I was just drinking, and I put it down, like half cup left. And they were like, no, hurry up, drink it. I was like, can I enjoy my drink? They're like, no, it's got to churn. And I look over, it starts to like have cheese falling down. Ever since then, I don't mix that with anything. I don't mix Bailey's and anything. On keto, so I have to wait until cheat weekend, but I definitely would try it. Keto can drink hot liquor, so screwball, you can actually drink hot liquor. You're fine. You should stir or shake it for sure. I didn't know. That was my first time. Like I'm usually a single type of drink person, and if I add anything, it will be Coke, water, soda water, or ice. I don't really like to mix stuff. I've had to add more shelves and add cigars. Hey, Hilton. I remember Hilton's Brad, isn't it? So, hey, Brad. Um, it is so sweet though. Yeah, I mean, that's love. In, in, you know. My wife just let me buy the thing, but because I'm the breadwinner, so I just buy whatever. She needs her pocket money. It is on the sweet side, but it's not enough sweet to kick you out of keto in normal cases. You're not adding that much. All right, Hashimoto, have a good night, man. So yeah, I mean that pretty much covers majority of the stuff that I got to talk about. My wife always want. My wife talked to me about a lot of stuff, and she's like, "You should talk about that during the lifetime." But it's like, some of the stuff we really don't care for. So I can only talk about something that actually makes sense to me. Some of the stuff she talked about doesn't make sense to the thing. No, I'm only going to the Connecticut one. I'm not traveling to 5 states just to go through all that. No, no, no. Granted, it's might be the different material that's in there. Like, like go to different places, see different things. But for me, I don't like to go to events already. The only reason I'm going is because I say I would. Starts to taste weird. What? Alright, I'm gonna light this again. Talk too much and not puffy enough. No, I'm going to the Connecticut one. Not Kentucky, Connecticut one. I set up the thing, and all of them saying that I'm going to all of them because I'm the one that set up the event. I cannot do I'm not going, so. You were the first? What? Come on, guys. Why won't you guys show me the love? 14 people here cannot do a simple thing as click like. Even if you're watching on TV, you can click like, you know that? I'm pretty sure Tony isn't going to enjoy the one he's going to. 5 will be over the top. I was hoping to go to Louisiana one. I'm probably going to Vegas weekend. Well, yeah, it is time. Everybody has to have time and schedule to work out the thing. So, and it is expense. It is expense. But yeah, I'm not particularly type of guy that like to go to like tours and events, something like that. In fact, if we go travel with my wife, we rarely, absolutely almost 0 times go to museum or any sort of tour. So, for me, it's experience, and that's pretty much it. My main reason to go is really to hang out with you guys and maybe see Bob. So, that's the main reason for me. The scene, the tobacco, and stuff like that is not really something I'm too interested in because, let's say this. Sometimes you just want to eat your chicken, but not see the process of killing your chicken. If that makes any sense. So for me, spending all day to see a tobacco farm, it might not be something that I will enjoy, but I will enjoy hanging out with you guys, and that's why I'm going. Other than that, I rarely go to tours. I rarely, because I figure, and I'm not being arrogant, but I figure like a lot of information you can see online, you can figure out, the reading book and all that stuff, but it's not. I'm not too sure. Like I say, anybody who's going, please respond to those events so people can figure out. All right, have a good night, man. So, I would say just wait for people to respond or make a post to see if anybody is up to it. So. By the way, since I'm on screen right now, congratulations to Dad Smoking Cigars and partner out with Casa Cuevas. That's a big thing. And for those people who ever wonder, it's like, hey, your channel only have 300 people, you're not gonna succeed. That is not true. Okay, if you're just focused on giving out great content and have a good event and fun events, that's totally fine. I mean, not everybody had to make money out of YouTube, and I for one don't care for the amount of people that subscribe to this channel. Well, I only care if they subscribe to the channel because they like to join the chat, they like to hang out. Then that's what I care for. You know, for something like that, yeah, like Matia Maya gave out the content, and you know he have 1,000 something subscribers, great. But that doesn't say that Dad Smoking Cigar is any less good or anything like that. There are plenty of people that is doing the show for the sake of providing good information, hanging out with friends, and that kind of stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. Like for me, I'm not concerned about the subscription rate. I prefer to have more number. Yeah, so that more people can kind of join the chat and have our fun together. But other than that, I'm not in this to make money or anything. So I'm pretty sure they're the same way because they support the channel by having events, right? So I think they're doing a really good job. I mean, their studio is much better than mine. So for 300 something subscriber, I don't think that's enough. I think that more people should show them love and go over there, subscribe to their channel, hit likes and stuff like that because they are doing great. I think their interviews are great, and especially they got Cigar Mechanic over there to hang out too. One day I'll go there and hang out too. All right, one day I'll go there and hang out too. Awesome, P. Awesome. So yeah, there goes our One Cigar Wednesday. I'm not gonna continue lighting this one. It's not gonna stay lit. So I'm just gonna call it a night. Everybody have a great night. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Stay saucy. Don't pick fights and enjoy the day. And then we will smoke the Oro Blanco by Davidoff, $500 cigar in my suit. Not birthday suit though, business suit. In my suit on Saturday. So make sure to show up to hear my impression about this cigar because this cigar you're not gonna find it anywhere on YouTube, just the way it is. Okay, so I'll see you guys on Saturday, same place, same bad time. Good night.